lui ai posé une question à propos des autres sons qu'on utilise, que les autres voix utilisent. Pour Duane, ce sons, cette mantra-là, il disait ça comme, il les disait comme les bruits nocifs. Et je lui ai demandé cette façon de parler, est-ce que ça ne va pas infurier les autres et les faire, les rendre imperméables à ce qui est présent. Parce que, bon, si on utilise les mots un peu gentils, là, les gens peuvent écouter. Mais quand on dit que le mantra, ce sont les bruits nocifs tablinés, c'est vraiment, ça peut choquer les gens et ça les rend très sceptiques et très durs et tout ça. Donc il a dit que bon, ça c'est sa façon de parler, c'est aussi une façon de faire réveiller les gens et que tout le monde sait que bon, le son nous est très important. C'est dans ce moment, dans la vie, c'est le son nous qui est important et on doit un peu amener ces gens-là pour qu'ils se réveillent. J'ai ajouté que bon, parce qu'on ne peut pas utiliser les méthodes un peu gentilles. Il a dit que bon, il n'y a plus de temps pour flatter les gens et doloter et tout ça. Que bon, c'est lui qui prend ça et capte ça et capte. On n'est pas là pour flatter les gens et tout ça. C'est sa méthode, mais si c'est moi qui présentais ça, je vais peut-être parler d'une manière différente. Mais chacun a son style. Et c'est ça. Tu as compris? Oui, t'entends?
Je disais que dernièrement, excusez-moi, je continue à tousser. Je disais que je vous ai envoyé les sons des musiques qui guérissent, des musiques de guérison, des musiques de... Et ces musiques-là marchent avec les sons. Est-ce qu'on peut les utiliser ou on laisse tomber? Il y a des sons musicaux qu'on met pour dormir avec.
Qui a composé ça?
Diffusé ça ici par un de nos frères, Jean Bosco.
Je n'ai pas demandé ça. Je n'ai pas demandé ça. On ne peut pas jouer la musique maintenant pour qu'on attende.
Non.
Je pose seulement les questions. Si c'est pour moi, je peux répondre après. Maintenant, comment lui parler de ça, de cette musique qu'il n'a même pas entendue?
D'accord. C'était juste demander si on peut les utiliser parce que apparemment, ces messieurs-là utilisent le son Aoum Et c'est les sons Aoum que vous avez posés, auquel il
C'est
a
que
répondu, tout
monsieur,
ça.
c'est que monsieur.
C'est lui qui a présenté les YouTube de relaxation, de méditation, de contemplation. Il utilise les sons Aoum. C'est là où
Je
je
te
me
dis
demande.
quelque chose. Je te dis quelque chose. Je
Oui,
faisais ça. Je faisais ce genre de trucs, de choses. Je te dis
oui,
que la semaine passée, la semaine surpassée, j'ai commencé à utiliser le arme là et tout ça. J'ai eu des maux de tête
oui.
terribles. J'ai arrêté.
Ah,
Dans
ah,
toutes mes choses, j'utilise le nous, même
d'accord.
même pour les chakras et tout ça. Tous les 16 chakras que j'utilise le son nous.
D'accord. On laisse tomber alors. On laisse tomber.
Laisse tomber. Il ne faut pas lui demander ce genre de choses. Il est là pour présenter le nous, tu lui demandes le âme. Il a dit que c'est le bruit nocif.
D'accord. Ça va, on avance.
OK. OK, Duane. Professor Tass tells you in Notebook 8, Blue Sky Island, that you'll be the greatest humanitarian ever to walk the earth. So, could you expatiate on this rare brand of humanitarianism that you evince, and that seems to be quite different from what the normal one-dimensional person understands by being humanitarian? So, can you enlighten us on your brand, your brand of humanitarianism and humanitarian works?
Okay, so in there, it doesn't say humanitarian, does it? It says something else, architect.
Sorry?
In the books, it's referred to architect. I had the experience as Paul Numan to be the greatest architect ever. Okay, so we use the humanitarian idea to relate to something that people already know, and I added the all, which is all humanitarian, all natural environment, etc. Yeah. So what's the idea? The idea is that bringing forth this true reality for the first time, more so than just creating another system that satisfies people's personal self. So that's what it is. It's actually the greatest architect. All right. That's what I was shown, because I could see the is, and I referenced the isness where others didn't. Now, Paul and the real guides, of course, they know all about this, but they've brought it about in steps. And so this is the next step. But of course, the consciousness that's been created with history and references and emotional attachments and everything else, and the ideas that people have and the systems that have been created, people want to, and overall, people have been literalized with these systems to where it's hard for them to even use their intuitive body, their etheric body, to gain insight, to see past their own mind. So again, that is the reference. And we relate in the humanitarian part for the people of Earth and the consciousness here, but realistically, that's just the starting point, Charles. That's not the overall. The overall is to recognize, the all-natural environment that is the real universe is, you see? So we start off with earthly references, but we just don't stay there, all right? That's like staying in kindergarten, and we don't get into first grade ever. So we have to go through the steps. And it's not about bottom or top or right or wrong. It's about positioning. And this is where I created the reference of universal positioning instead of traveling from here to there, which is point to point, which is really in creation only, as opposed to an overall isness that is endless. So the humanitarian aspect, and I don't remember in Book 8 referring to that. Maybe I did, and I'm not sure if I put the Paul Newman experience in there, but it was referencing Paul, who came first, who's like the dad, and I was to be the new man. I was the child that Paul referred to. And so, in that regard, but the humanitarian part is just the first step, Charles. Okay, this is where we are softly relating to the world so that they're okay until they can get to the next step.
Okay, what I saw, there was a brief explanation on what this humanitarian aspect of your mission entails. And, the one-dimensional person will even equate humanitarianism with some kind of philanthropism. You see, they will want to see Duane maybe rolling, donating bags of rice to the poor in Africa, taking care of the homeless, donating to charities, and all that, this kind of things that just keep people that cater just for the personal life of things. You see, so Rebazatas approach this aspect of humanitarianism through your works. You'll be doing a lot of writing. You'll be telling the world about something new, something they've never heard, and you'll be doing it with dedication, with honor, with integrity, and with selflessness, which is a way better than giving people just bread and butter and doing some kind of televised charity and all the like. You see, so the humanitarian aspect of your mission is through what you are presenting. Look at the books. How many books you've written? In fact, you'll find that most of what you've presented to the public is free of charge. People can buy. Well, if they don't buy, it would appear you don't care either. And most of the books are in PDF. Some are given out free and all the like. So that's what Rebazatas was referring to as the humanitarian aspect of your life on on this level. So it is not a kind of worldly humanitarianism that keeps people still entrapped in their one-dimensional consciousness that caters only to the personal life of people. You're giving them something, an opportunity, which is vast and unfathomable. You're presenting an avenue to the real universes to get people out of creation in which they have been entrapped for eons, and just doing what no other person had the courage to do. Not to hold down people like the masters and gurus and preachers and prophets and all the like, but to give people a straight connection, a direct connection with the summit of life itself, to be free of creation and to be established in the real universes, you see. Because if you compare it to what you find there, out there in the various spiritual and occult paths and all the like, you find that not only do they not have real freedom, but there are a lot of restrictions. It's a lot of control, and the freedom that they seek is just a shadow of what you are really presenting. So that is the humanitarian aspect of it, as Paul Tuchel, with Rebbe Zattas explained in a few short lines, and I'm just expanding. So can you add more on this, Duane?
Yes, just like the natural environment and like the idea of humanitarian, I added the all to it. That becomes our reference in accordance with the real universes, even though people don't understand this. But that's the reason for that reference. And as in 07, I saw that it became all, and so the word all is very important, so it's all humanitarian, and that is our reference. And not only does it apply here to something that is a benefit, the idea of humanitarian is some type of benefit. That's what I see. That's my definition. And so we're adding that unseen part that is the reality of ourselves. But again, each person has to figure that out for themselves. That is the bigger part that has to be recognized and figured out, to where eventually each person has to decide for themselves to stand real with this all-isness, because that's what real freedom is. It's more than an idea. Otherwise, the references just become implied ideas, like everything here. So, yeah, that's my definition of it. It's all humanitarian. Humanitarian, my definition of that is just exactly what's taking place. It's already evident. It's already defined. That is not my reference. That is an established reference, like the idea of spiritual or religion or politics or education. This is where I brought in real education, real guidance, more than just guidance, to some happy little place. But it's real guidance, and that is a reference to the real universes. And every one of these references that I've created must be recognized more so than just literalized. All right. So the personal self gets the literal part, But you, the real you, recognizing the real you, gaining insight into the real you, and recognizing the real reference of what I'm presenting. See, that's the next step, and each person has to do that for themselves. There is no way to do that for people. There is no way to explain that, how that is done. Each person has to figure that out for themselves.
Okay, thank you, Duane.